Hello everybody, it's Jay Breeson here with turn 24. So, 4 blood hunters didn't capture any blood slave in Chichimeca. Many villagers are quite upset, and so am I. But there we are. There's a battle in Pink Chichimeca, which looks like they didn't win. There's another battle in Lapintha, which was the in-depth province that we took effortlessly. Let's have a look at what happened. So our script was to use a bunch of air elementals, or lesser elementals at least, and then Holy Word on the Zaptek Shaman. No idea what their plan is. They brought an outer petal, which is not a good sign for them. Let's see what happens. Sky is air shielded, but there is a feral whack of incoming fire, so he might die anyway. Some mediocre damage they're trying to put out there, but there we are. Okay, Holy Word at least got a couple of these, so that's good. You can tell because they're stunned, which brings all their stats way down. In the back you can see it's making a big old mess of things. I think that PG just tried to Arcane Bolt a lesser elemental, which is also a really interesting way to spend a turn, but there we go. I'm not even sure whose these are, but yep. Oh, they're going to be mine, I guess. Okay. See the weakness to lightning bolt I was talking about before with these guys. How are these doing? So this is a clown priest. It's their cap only. So if we take him out, that'd be nice. Brutal, right? Well, that's probably saved. Probably saved the Cloud Priest at least. The False Festus over there. So yeah, that's all well and good. I assume they lost the outer petal. Yeah, they did, and most of the Palme as well. So they're going to have a couple of big air mages, a couple of smallish Palme mages, and that should be about it. For next turn, I'm preparing by sending a bunch more air gems over, and hopefully at least, I mean they may sally again, but I doubt it, and just because they probably won't have the troops massed inside to really make a very good push of it. And after that, yeah, after we assign all the gems and so on, I will go in at that point and not before. The wall defenders are quite dangerous, so they're going to have 45 Guachili archers. And they will make a big old mess of things, so that's why I'm kind of massing up the air elementals first, and then pushing afterwards. Looking over in Crimson Chichimeca, we are continuing to shadow their big army. I assume they're moving down to 9, if not, and they're moving to 20. Well, we'll see that as well. So that'll be an important one to take care of. Depending on how this whole thing shakes out, we may just go and attack Crimson Chichimeca relatively quickly. We have fairly good movement back through these mountains and so on, and all their stuff's deployed over here in the middle of nowhere for us, basically, in relative terms. Similarly, Chichimeca 3 is quite close to us, and Obsidian Chichimeca, which I have to assume they're either holding or pretty close to holding, is not too much of a risk either. Right. Let's have a look. This guy's map move is not great, so getting him back over to the Narian Sea is going to take a little while, but even that is not exactly completely impossible objective. And these territories over here, basically not very easy to claim for other people, although JBBM, which we're running, does reduce the gem cost, at least, of going underwater quite significantly. But they should be quite valuable as well. In fact, this might be 2 underwater thrones, which if we can find a way to get our PG down into both, that could be 4 points towards victory that the enemy would have quite a hard time cracking themselves. In terms of research, I'm going to go up to Evocation 2 pretty quickly to try and replicate some of the success that Pink Chichimeca was having using Lightning Bolt with our own guys over here in Pink Chichimeca. But it's not too much of a push. After that, back up to Alteration for Mother Oak, which can give us decent swarm access, although swarm is different in JVBM. It's still a useful source of kind of battleground clutter, but it produces many less bugs than the vanilla game, so it's more of an obstacle for things like PD and anything with without magic weapons, which I guess in this mod is not such a big obstacle to climb. But yeah, that was the plan anyway. Right. What else do we need to talk about? We're getting some Pame. We are getting a Pame over here. The reason for that is that now we have the additional sources of now that we have Summon Earth Power, we can use them to cast things like Legions of Steel and if I'm going to get that sooner rather than later, and Strength of Giants, which I'll also get sooner rather than later, to further buff our troops up, which is going to be quite important. Right, Mercs wise, nothing interesting really. These provinces can be taken out by them, I guess, but we can also just use our own troops, so it's not such a big obstacle. I'm going to call it there because I can tell my voice is going a bit hoarse. Still not really over this cold. It's been plaguing everyone I know for this whole year, so there we are. Maybe it's just Brexit flu. Anyway, take care and see you soon. Goodbye.